It's pouring down outside. Backyard looks like a builder's yard at the moment, but that'll be sorted out. It's pouring down, so there's no going and rendering today. So a couple of boxes arrived yesterday because obviously we've told him we're going. So I'm just opening this one. We need some kind of hot water. We haven't just at the moment got the grand to drop on getting all the bits we need to make the hot water system that I want. So I found this online. It's a 10-litre tank, Telford stainless products. This is the Telford Comet 10 litre, and it was 50 quid. So let's have a look what you get. Oh, you get the pressure release valve with it. That's good. So that's going to save 6 or 7 quid. Pressure release valve, instructions. Now, it's not overly clear online, so basically, I paid 50 quid for it, got the 10 litre one. At the moment, it's just pure 230 volt. It's 1500 watt, immersion type, single phase, max pressure 5.5, pressure release setting 6, and that's what they sent on the pressure release valve, is 6. And then the height and the weight, and obviously it's about 10.5 kilo when it's full of water in weight, and it doesn't say whether it's insulated, what the max temperature is, but that's that. Then we've got, what else did I get? Oh, that's a mounting bracket kit for this one, and this is, let's just open this up. This is it, yeah. Oh, there we go. This is another expansion vessel. So we've got the accumulator for stabilizing the water flow, and then this one goes behind a valve, and this can stay no matter what, and this will give stable pressure on the hot water side and allow the tank, as the water heats to, or the water as the water heats, to expand and give it somewhere to go. So this is just a 2 litre one. It should be fine for the size of the tank and the system that we're using. And this one will go behind a non-return valve on the cold side feed into the tank. So that's that. And that's its mounting kit. I've got a couple of other bits to pick up from Tool Station, because what we're going to do is we're just going to have a single line douche, which is just a 1 lever shower, and the thermostatic control valve is just going to be on the tank, set to 38 all the time, and that way we've got thermostatic controlled shower, only 1 pipe feed, only 1 break. You can see the tank here. There's a mains lead. It can go on an isolated spur, or it can just be used on a plug. I don't know which I'll do yet. I'll think about that one. And then the tank itself. Let's pull that out. Oh, there we are. Sore arms today. So we've got the tank itself. Let's just get to the bottom of the box, see what else is down here, if anything. Just some fixings, it looks like, at the bottom of the box. So right, let's just get that out of the way and have a look at this tank. Yeah, so a hot and a cold, they just look like 1/2 inch. Let's have a look. Yeah, flat end 1/2 inch. That can screw back on there. A thermostatic control knob, off, minimum, eco, and max. I think we'll have it on eco just as we're driving, and once it gets up to temperature, it'll be fine. So I've just took the top off. Is that an element? It looks like there's some foam insulation around it. It's only minimal. You see in there some foam there. and then some spray foam over the top of it. But it's not a massive amount, is it? So yeah, I may end up wrapping that again so it retains its temperature for longer. Yeah, it's got foam down the sides. It looks like the whole thing is wrapped in this small lined foam, and then the ends are spray foamed in and then cut out for, is that the temperature sensor? That's probably the temperature sensor, that the element's probably at the front. So yeah, the ends have got foam insulation. Yeah, so that one at the back looked like a temperature sensor, which runs through. You can see inside there you've got the thermostatic control, and then the main element will be there. You can see the pipe feeds in. It's only a 10-litre tank, so it doesn't come to the top, and you can see that there is some foam in there, but it's not excessive amounts of insulation. Mains feed out, pipes out. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to add 2 more pipes to this, really, to turn it into a calorifier. If you really wanted to, for a 50 quid tank, just take the front off, take these cover plates off, lift the front off, and then from there you'd go. You could just put 2 more pipes in. I would imagine just take the heating element out and put them at the top there, and then they could run through on an internal coil. Yeah, that's a different story for a different day. You could even do, as I suggested on another video, and add plate heat exchange outside on the back of that. But just for now, it's going in to give us some hot water so we can have hot water readily available. Can't make head nor sense of this tank. The instructions say it needs to go that way. In writing, it says it needs to stand that way. But the whole front layout, the way the diagrams are drawn in the manual, it all shows it the other way. And Telford are closed on a Saturday. But anyway, I was just laying out and planning what I need and where I'm going to go to get. So I've got an isolation valve into a non-return valve, and then that's into a T and up into the expansion vessel. So I just need an adapter from that to the push fit, and then out into another T, up into the pressure release valve, which is a internal fitting, so I might be able to get a flexible out of there as well. I'll look at that in a sec, and that can go down then and onto the release system. So pressure release out of there and into the cold feed. So that will all come off the cold line and into the cold feed, and I'm going to have a 900mm EPDM again, a flexi pipe, and that will be up and into there, and that means I can adjust the tank one way or the other. Da, 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 da. Just missing a flux capacitor. Anyway, expansion vessel in, piped off there, pressure release valve, that's going to get piped down into the little overflow that I make, whether that comes down and out or out and down, I don't know. And I've now got that which can come round to the tank. I'm going to take it on the basis that the tank should go the way I think it should go and not the way the instructions think it should go.
They make no sense.
Because, yeah, they make no sense. So, yeah, I had to make my own bracket. The bracket that came with it won't do up. It just bounces on the end, so that's going to have to go back. And I've just been to get some bits and forgot some bits. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's the way I think the tank should go. Ignore the crudeness of the fixings. That's just to temporarily hold it in position. I'm going to strap it. Well, I'm going to insulate the tank in, and then I'm going to band it like I have done the expansion vessel. And then it should never move until I want it to. It's not ideal. I wanted it to sit on the floor, but that's Once it's banded in, that rocking will stop. I'm going to insulate all around the tank. I may even take the top off and insulate that lid more, because there's loads of space left in there to insulate up, so I can put some 20mm board in. And then I might wrap it with 20mm board and then wrap it with foam, wrap underneath. Once I've got the fixings on and I've tested it, I can then wrap it apart from the little control section here. And you can hear the start there. And then once that's wrapped, it should maintain a good temperature. Right, back to it again. So, off the original cold water now, we've come up and into the non-return, and then round into this new circuit behind, which has got a tee off into an expansion vessel. That's a 2-litre expansion vessel. And then down, also teed off into a pressure release valve, that's 6 bar, and then across and into the quick connect flexi hose and round and into the bottom of the tank. That's into the cold feed side, and then out of the hot feed side and down into a thermostatic control valve. Now that thermostatic control valve will be set to about 38 degrees, and that will be fine. So that will take the 60-degree water, blend it with cold water from the tank, and that will then mix and come up and into the hot water side up there. And I've got the isolator to isolate the hot side off as I need to. For the moment, I'm going to put it into a bucket, pressurise the system and see. I've got a slight drip on one of these joints, so they need just checking out and pushing back together. But they have taken quite a bit of a knock-in. But I'm going to pressurise this side now and make sure I've not got any other leaks anywhere else. Right, we're pressurised on that. So let's just take the olive and the nut off for now. And we'll just run that through there. Now you've got to bleed the tank through first. There we go, we're on. So we need all the air out of the tank. There we are. So it can be plugged or it can be through a fused spur switch, but I've put a plug on it because obviously we're coming off there. I've got a little extension lead. Finding a plug and a fuse was good fun because all the boxes are still all mixed up. Which way it is? There we go. Fire that bad boy up. That should then switch on. That should come on so we know we're safe and there.
And the grapes.
So if we put...
Fox one day.
Yes.
In the Fox one day.
In the Fox one day.
Smell Philly.
Anyway, so I'm going to plug it in, and it's off at the moment, and I'm going to...
Fox one day.
I'm going to turn it on, and it's on, and I'm going to bring it up to Eco to start off with, and let's see. We'll see what time it is. And we'll see how long it takes to heat up. So it's 15:49. And it's definitely on. I can hear it. Let's just see how many amps.
How many circles do you have?
It's pulling. We want Roma.
How many apples do you have?
I don't know. How many apples do you have?
0.
Come on, Roma, sort out the GPS, okay? Okay. You don't need GPS for me to access my battery. Come on, find it. Here we go. Roma,
You ready,
right.
Ham?
Just hang on.
Hold on, please.
So that is drawing 139 amps on Eco. So that will be depleting it very quickly. Let's see what it goes up to when we get it on full. There we go, it's up to max now. And that's up to 141 amps it's pulling out. There we go. And that really is bashing it through. Let's see how long. 1549 did we say? Yeah, 1549. I'm just going to run it on Eco. Let's see what the solar is pulling out. It's not a really sunny day. 5.3 amps we're getting from the solar. So I mean, really, we'd want to run this whilst we were driving, because we'd get a much better return, because we'd have 50 amps going in off the alternator. You've got to think that's stone cold water though, so straight out 140 amps. The app's got a fault at the moment where it registers higher amps than there is. We know it's 100% full based on the voltage, but the app's reading wrong at the minute. Anyway, we'll leave that and see how long it takes to warm up. So the light's just gone out. 16:07, so we started at, can we see it? There we go, 16:07. So we started at 15:49, was it? So 15 minutes to heat it up on, and yeah, we've dropped right back down to 1.5 amp now. So 15 minutes, 140, about 35 amps to heat the tank. Now I'm just going to test the temperature. I don't know what the thermostatic control valve's set at yet, but I'm just going to test the temperature of the water and see where we're coming out at, because like I say, I want to adjust it to about 38, so it shouldn't be scalding. Let's spin the camera around. There we are. Right, so I've got the thermostat and ambience reading about 19 at the minute, which is about right for today. Let's just get the water coming out now. Probably going to spurt. Try not to rock a minute, sweetie, please. It's a bit tight. There we go. Now we'll get some warm. There we go, crikey, now it's hot. So that's 43 degrees coming out there. Need to turn that back down. $38, 40, 38, 40. I'm running out of room. Let's stop it. That's good. Oh yeah, it's nice and temperate there. I've got an electrical cable dangling in my water. There we go. That's always the way to do it. So yeah, 38 degrees. It was coming out hotter than that to start off with. I didn't have the thermostatic mixing valve up to top, but it was coming out at 40 odd degrees. I've turned it down. So yeah, it's come back on again now, because obviously I've just run some water off, so it needs to replenish and heat again. It's actually quite well insulated, but I don't know how long it will retain heat for. So I am going to wrap the tank and I'm going to strap it in now that I've got this fitted. But yeah, 15 minutes, to heat it from stone cold out the tap to 45 degrees plus. So that's well warm enough for us to have a shower. Now, whether we get 3 showers out of it at that, I don't know, but Maximus only likes to have his showers on specific days. Go on, get it, good girl. Get it, yeah. Get that. There you go, good girl. Saved it for you. Freya getting her apple. We definitely get 2 showers out of it at 38 degrees. I mean, really, it's still quite warm. It's bouncing up to 40, so if I turn it down a little bit more, if we bounce between 36 and 38, that's plenty warm enough to have a nice shower or wash your hands. And it only takes a minute to push the hot through. But yeah, great success with that one. It'll take a second to run through. Put your hand underneath it.
Ooh. It's nice and warm.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I can turn that down just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I still think that's a bit hot.
It's a bit hot, yeah.
But it's perfect.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that is a bit hot still, isn't it? Right, let's turn that down a little bit more. Well, that was definitely a bit of a faff, but I've insulated that tank with all the offcuts of insulation. So hopefully the warm water will stay warmer for longer. So I've got some strapping on and fixed back in. I've insulated all the tank, and underneath I've used the black foam, and that should hopefully give a lot more heat retention in that tank. Time to try and put our bed in then. I'm crouching, so we'll make this quick. If you've enjoyed the video, please
Give us a like and subscribe.
And if you want to support us, the best way to do it, we've had a few people ask now about buy me a coffee and that sort of thing. We're not going to set up buy me a coffee because they take money off you. So if you want to buy us a coffee, we'll leave a link to our PayPal in the description below, and just send us a friends and family on PayPal, and that'll buy us a coffee whilst we're out and about. That's the easiest way.
And if not, then that's great too.
We're not asking you to do that, just people have asked us. So yeah, the best way to support us, if you do want to support us, is we are powered by Roma. We chose them after looking at building our own system and looking at other systems. After speaking to them, they're over this way. We're in a place today and they're very near where we're at. We're not giving anything away yet, but yeah, you can see we're out and about in the van at the moment. So if you want to support us, then use our link in the description below to buy a Roma battery, and we will get a small amount from them for you doing that, because we believe in their product. We've been using it every day whilst we've been out and about now, and we're running pretty much everything in the van, including the water system you just seen me install, is running on the Roma battery. We've got no charger yet, it's just running straight off the DC to DC MPPT that I set up, but that Roma battery is awesome.
Trapping my hair. Sorry. Go on.
But yeah, that Roma battery is awesome and does exactly what it says on the tin. So yeah, the best way to support us
is to buy Roma.
Or to use the
PayPal,
link to buy us a coffee.
Okay.
Thanks guys, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Because you were crouching, haven't you?